everybody. It's a Wednesday. That means only one thing. It's time now for Supernatural News and Parashare right here on the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio. I'm your host, Tim Dennis, and along with me, I have my co-hostess today. She is the queen of our paranormal. She is the our sister of our supernatural. She is the grande dame of our ghoulish show here. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the mistress of Michigan herself, Mallie Fox. Hi, Mallie.
Hello.
I'm running out of misnomers.
I know, but I like it.
I'm trying.
You keep using the same ones over and over again. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm pulling out my thesaurus as we speak to try and look up new ways of introducing it.
Younger generation's like, what?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I just use Google.
I kind of was liking that co-host introduction contest because people were submitting their introductions, and I was like, hey, I get a week off. Yeah. I don't get a week off anymore. I might start recycling some of those.
Yeah.
They're kind of good. Yeah. Anything new in your world before we launch off?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so.
No?
I've just been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the holidays, just trying to keep my head on straight. How about you?
Same. Mm-hmm. Proud of my boy, JJ. That's all. Our little guy is growing up here in Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 2 straight wins. JJ McCarthy.
Stop.
Yeah. I mean, he looks as awkward as a baby bird throwing that ball, but by God, we're proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. But, don't have a chance in hell at sniffing the playoffs. I mean, they'll all be at home watching the playoffs this year, but.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. The Christmas Day game, Ms. Fox, is Minnesota and Detroit on Netflix.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, and it's here in Minnesota. It's a complete whiteout game. The Vikes are wearing their winter whiteout uniforms. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and everybody at US Bank Stadium is supposed to wear white. So.
Okay.
It'll look like it'll look like the gods spooged on US Bank Stadium. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun to show a national audience.
I like it when the Lions wear their black.
Those are sharp.
They're black
uniforms.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, those are sharp uniforms. I don't know.
The black with the blue.
Yeah, those are really cool. I don't know. And see, the Vikes could have done a black uniform too, but for some reason, I don't know. Management went, why don't we dress in all white? I don't know if they got enamored with Frozen or what it was, but I don't know if the Wilfs were hanging out with their grandkids and the grandkids went, Papa, Frozen. And they went, hey, great idea for a uniform.
Right. My niece would like that. Yeah.
Oh, the jerseys, I have one, but I think they're lacking a little because I think they're kind of boring, to be honest with you. They're a little boring. I mean, it's a white jersey, purple numbers with that's supposed to be silver trim, but they're kind of gray.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little boring. It's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of boring, wasn't I thought like the worst halftime for the Super Bowl was when it was was in Minnesota.
92.
It was yep. You know exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah. That, by the way, if it weren't for that Super Bowl, by the way, that horrible halftime show.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Which, by the way, you can watch it on YouTube. It's available.
And I did recently because they did like the top 5 worst.
Yes. Yeah. I encourage you, Mallie, to go watch it in its entirety.
Oh, I did. It was
bad.
awful.
Yeah, it's that bad. The next year, do you know who the next year's performer was?
Oh.
The NFL.
No, I don't.
The NFL got such backlash from that halftime show that it was the worst in NFL history. That the NFL crowds were like, "What is this drivel? What is this slop you're serving us? We can't do another year of this." That the NFL went, "Oops, sorry, King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Here you go."
Oh, okay.
It was that violent of a turnaround. It was that much of a 180 that they said, okay, we're sorry. Here's Michael. And that's what got the whole year after year, big Super Bowl performer going was our huge fumble here in Minneapolis.
Gotcha.
Of us giving you that drivel of, it wasn't even Broadway level show tunes.
It was like cruise ship kind of, like
Yes.
worse than cruise ship entertainment.
Yes, it was horrible, subpar, not even cruise ship worthy show tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at halftime.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a winter theme. It was.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And from that spawned the Vikings whiteout uniforms that we now wear one time a year. Yeah. So we decided to bring it back. We're just running it back for every year now. So, yeah. So we get to wear those on Christmas. I mean,
Gotcha.
we might as well come out on Christmas in some sort of Santa gear. I mean, we should dress like elves. I mean, that'd be better, wouldn't it? Like purple elves, right? But no, they didn't do that either. I think that would be fun, especially this year since we screwed the pooch. I mean,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. Maybe they should dress like reindeer. Maybe they should have little horns on the. I mean, they have horns on the side of their helmet. Why not make them real? Like,
There you go.
like reindeer horns. That'd be fun, right? I'm digressing. We have a show to get to.
Yes.
Yes, let's do that. Big news today, or big news this week, Mal, as in our interstellar news today, a NASA probe suddenly fell silent in orbit around Mars. We'll talk about that today. I'm going to piss some people off today.
Oh,
2 words.
okay.
Or as Jey Uso says in the WWE, 2 words, 2 syllables, yeet. Right? Flat Earth.
Oh, no.
Yeah. A tycoon has offered an entire $3 billion company as a reward for proof that the Earth is flat. Yeah, we're going there today. We're going there today, my friend. We are talking flat Earth and how you could potentially pick up a whole company if you can prove this whole thing is just a disc.
Right.
Yeah. We'll also talk about why we're enamored with the flat Earth theory. You've seen this McDonald's AI Christmas ad? Have you seen this?
I don't think so.
It's under fire. The creators are trying to defend it. We'll talk about that in AI news. It drives me nuts.
Okay.
It's one of my huge pet peeves. We have a couple of near-death experience stories as well today, which are quite intriguing. So we'll dive into that today as well. And there's further evidence that points to giant columns beneath the Pyramids of Giza. This has been quite the story for quite a while. LiDAR has said there's something under there, but now there's further evidence. So we'll talk about that as well. And your palate cleanser today. Never invite those filthy animals to a party. You never know what'll happen.
Okay.
All right. That's where we're going today on today's news. But first, a mystery as a NASA probe suddenly fell silent in orbit around Mars. A spacecraft that has been in orbit around Mars for over a decade has suddenly stopped communicating. It's known as MAVEN, or Mars Atmosphere and Volatile Evolution. They took the E in the end off evolution to make it MAVEN. They were stretching a bit. You got to forgive them for that. The spacecraft, which launched in 2013, has spent more than 11 years analyzing the planet's atmosphere and ionosphere. Things had been operating normally when on December 6th of this year, its signal was lost as it orbited behind the red planets, an expected and routine event of typically little concern at the time. When it was due to reemerge and reestablish contact, however, there was nothing but silence. NASA's Deep Space Network listened out intently as operations teams attempted to contact the spacecraft, but so far nothing has been picked up at all. Exactly why the probe would go totally silent when everything had been working correctly just a short time ago currently remains a complete mystery. What could have happened to it? Well, telemetry from MAVEN had showed all subsystems working normally before it orbited behind the red planet, NASA wrote. After the spacecraft emerged from behind NASA's Deep Space Network did not observe a signal. The spacecraft and operations teams are investigating the anomaly to address the situation. More information will be shared once it becomes available, according to NASA. Now, it could be something easy, like, electronics blink out. Nothing is infallible.
Right.
Or it could be something unexplainable, like aliens.
Maybe a meteor crashed into it.
That could be. It could have been hit by anything. Could have been hit by a roving meteor, like you said. Anything could have happened to it, right? Could have been charged up by some sort of electronic interference. Anything can happen at this point. Or it could have been aliens. It's like to get people going.
Right.
Right.
Aliens is more fun.
That is more. Yeah, definitely more fun. Our next story has to do with researchers who want UFOs to be a topic of serious academic study. I smell Avi Lober on the corner.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I don't know for sure, but a growing movement aims to turn the phenomena from a fringe topic into a subject of academic or genuine academic pursuit. While many still dismiss UFOs as pseudoscience, a growing number of researchers view the topic as legitimate subject for rigorous academic investigation. The Society for UAP Studies is ahead of the curve in this regard. Its recent international conference wrapped up with an argument for the establishment of a new discipline dedicated to studying UFOs. The group's board is compromised, but it's comprised of dozens of experts from all over the world. Michael Sifone is the Society's co-founder and president, recently told USA Today that the group wasn't looking to take any particular position on the existence of otherwise alien visitors. But we are interested in taking on these topics that don't fit neatly anywhere, he said. As academics, our skill in establishing a framework so we're not simply speculating, but situating it within historical, cultural, and scientific frameworks, was the quote there. His own interest was piqued when he turned his attention to researching the phenomenon during the COVID-19 pandemic. While the study of UAPs was a topic of ridicule, there was still something strange and odd for which there seemed to be some good anecdotal evidence and witness evidence that was not easily dismissible by conventional analysis, he said. Whether the study will succeed in establishing the phenomena as a genuine scientific subject, however, remains to be seen. If it's 2 credits at the end of a semester and I need it in order to, graduate, sure, I'll take it as a class, but let's not make it worth more than that, right?
Right.
I think that's safe to say. Our next story says that U.S. Space Force reveals new naming scheme for its weapons system. I think we were going back and forth a little bit about why U.S. Space Force was even established to begin with. But the youngest branch of the U.S. military has revealed its new naming scheme at a conference in Florida. It was established in 2019. The U.S. Space Force aims to protect American assets in space and prevent countries such as China and Russia from taking the lead off-world. In 2020, it was revealed that members of this military branch would be called Guardians. And now the Space Power Conference in Florida, the Chief of Space Operations, General Chance Saltzman, if you were to tell me you would pay me $3 billion to tell you who the Chief of Space Operations was, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay.
I have no clue.
Right.
Up until I read that just now, I had no clue who that was. But now I know it's General Chance Saltzman. Has revealed a whole new naming scheme for the Space Force's various weapon systems. For example, orbital warfare systems will receive names from the Norse pantheon, while cyber warfare systems will be named after various mythological creatures. Satellite communication systems will be named after constellations, navigational warfare systems after sharks. Will any moment after baby shark do baby shark do. I just want to put that in your head real quick, Mallie, while we move forward.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Electromagnetic warfare systems after snakes.
Ew.
So, Samuel L. Jackson won't be involved anywhere there. Space domain aware systems after ghosts, interestingly enough. And missile warning systems will be named after sentinels. Hopefully the ones that are in the X-Men comics, because those are the, one after Master Mold. And, that's a comic book joke for all of you who understand. To some degree, this is about having a culture where the people responsible for the mission feel directly connected to it, and it's hard to get connected to a program name or some number system in the catalog of weapons systems, said Saltzman. We've chosen to represent each of our mission areas with specific symbology. These symbols conjure the character of the systems, the importance of their mission, and the identity of the guardians to employ them. So, Mallie, you got any fun names for anything today? It seems weird that they would just name the entire weapon systems after what they've named them after, but okay, I don't know why they feel the need to announce it to us, but...
Right. Someone needs to feel important. But, like, what would you name types of ghosts?
I don't know, right?
Phantom?
Are there... Maybe it's like Phantom, Poltergeist.
Okay.
Spectre.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that you want to name anything spook, but I guess, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We're both like, eh.
That could take a left turn somewhere.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess there's not too much you could name there, but there's a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess there's a few things. Or are there famous ghosts? You know, like Lincoln's ghost? I don't know. Maybe there's, I don't know.
Washington's ghost.
Yeah, Washington's ghost. Yeah. The spirit of Teddy Roosevelt. I have no idea. Yeah. Maybe there's famous ghosts you want to name stuff after. I have no idea. But that seems like it takes a long time. If you need to fire off a weapon, grab me the spirit of Teddy Roosevelt. I mean, it seems like, it seems like it's a long way to go for just a simple weapon. Right. Mm-hmm. And then even then, you'd think maybe someone's being a little melodramatic. You're like, why am I grabbing you the spirit of Teddy Roosevelt? Because he speaks softly and carries a big stick? I mean, it's, that was a long way to go for a joke, wasn't it?
Just a tiny bit.
A little bit, yeah. Sorry about that. I'll apologize now. That was horrible. All right. I'll just go to the next story then. That one landed like a fart in church. We'll talk about this Russian politician, or former Russian politician. If you thought that last joke was bad, this one's even worse. This former Russian politician says that the aliens who abducted him invented chess.
What?
Yeah. And if you believe that, I got a guy who named a weapon system after the spirit of Teddy Roosevelt.
There we go.
See, I brought it full circle.
There we go.
No, actually, a former Russian regional leader and chess administrator, Kirsan, I believe this is Ilyumzhinov, claims that, my Russian's very good, but claims that he was once abducted by aliens, and having previously served as the president of the Republic of, I believe this is Kalmykia, in the Russian Federation, as well as the head of the Chess International Governing Body, FIDE, or FIDE, Ilyumzhinov is perhaps best known these days for his controversial claim that he was abducted by extraterrestrials back in the 1990s. While he has told this story many times before, the tale was brought back into the spotlight recently thanks to an interview on Jesse Michaels' American Alchemy podcast. According to Ilyumzhinov, it all started in 1997 when, while standing out on the balcony of his apartment in Moscow, he was abducted by alien entities wearing yellow spacesuits. I don't know that I commend their color choice.
I don't think I've ever heard of them wearing yellow spacesuits.
Maybe they were somehow related to the whole Kill Bill movie. I have no idea. Yeah. He said, they put a spacesuit on me, told me many things, and showed me around. They wanted to demonstrate that UFOs do exist. I am often asked what language I use to telepathically talk to them. Perhaps it was on a level of the exchange of ideas. In the recent interview, Ilyumzhinov elaborated on the conversation that he had with the aliens, noting that they had wanted to convey peaceful intent. He claimed that they had told him that the Earth had previously hosted 5 intelligent civilizations, that the aliens themselves had created the human race, and that they had also invented the game of chess.
Okay.
All right. I want to know who invented Parcheesi, because that's a hell of a game I never play.
I was going to say, I've never played that game.
No, it completely turns me off when I think of it. So. He also maintained that the aliens had not conveyed to him any political or military knowledge, and that he had not been told about events that would come to pass in the future. Unsurprisingly, Ilyuminov's story had been met with some considerable skepticism over the years, but to his credit, he's always maintained that everything happened exactly the way that he described it. Was he really abducted by aliens that night all those years ago, or did something else happen? All things considered, we probably will never know. Sure, the yellow spacesuits seem a little weird. The fact that they said, oh, yeah, by the way, we invented chess. Seems weird, too, right?
Right.
I mean, why tell him that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not discrediting his experience, but yellow spacesuits kind of sound weird.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And why wouldn't they explain more than we created you and we created chess?
Yeah.
You know, why not answer more stuff? Like, why did you pick this ecosystem? I mean, I'm assuming they seeded the planet with us, right?
Yeah.
That we weren't originally born here. Why didn't they go more into detail? That's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just bizarre. All right. Next story is a trigger warning. If the words flat earth get you riled up, I'm going to give you a few seconds to leave the room or to fast forward into the file. The next few minutes are not going to be your most favorite minutes of the podcast. And I will give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you've been warned. We're going to launch into the story now. There are no 2 words that rile up our audience more than the words flat earth, Mallie. I've learned this over the years. You say the words flat earth, you either get, yes, I knew it. I knew that the earth was flat, or you get this response. Dude, fuck you.
Yeah, basically.
Those are the 2 responses, right? It's either one or the other. I've never known anybody to go, yeah, I'll sit and listen for a bit. Yeah, why not? I'll keep an open mind. No one's ever told me that. I don't know why. I can sit and listen to these theories and go, yeah, but I don't buy it. You know, I can remain calm during this. I don't know why people don't remain calm during this. What is it?
Patience?
I guess. Is it like going to the circus and the clown pinches your nose? You just want to either punch him or you're like, it's just a clown. Is it a fierce reaction to someone in clown makeup? What is the flat earth theory? I have no idea.
I don't know.
Either you're scared of the clown or they make you laugh. I don't get it. Well, let's go on and we'll read the story, and then I'll let you guys yell at me by email. A tycoon is offering an entire $3 billion company as a reward for proof that the earth is flat. Space photos. We're done, right?
True.
Yeah. 76-year-old billionaire Tim Boyle has challenged flat earthers, to take a photo of the void at the edge of the world. Ooh, I like how he's thinking. So in other words, go to the edge of the earth, where what you think is the edge of the earth. Take that photo. Take that photo of the void at the edge of the world. Show me where it falls off. I got a $3 billion company for you.
Yeah.
Show me where there's no horizon line. Those who believe that the earth is flat, despite overwhelming, incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, have been offered another opportunity to prove their case, courtesy of Tim Boyle, the billionaire CEO of Columbia Sportswear Company.
Oh.
You're going to inherit a hell of a company if you can prove this.
Yeah.
Yeah. The challenge, which he refers to as Expedition Impossible, tasks flat earthers with the unenviable task of venturing to the very edge of the world to capture photographic proof of the infinite void that some people believe exists there. I like this guy's sense of humor.
Uh-huh.
The reward for doing this, you get control of Boyle's entire $3 billion company. Go for it.
Yep.
Why not? The message is for flat earthers, he said. You guys claim there's an end to the earth. Well, just go snap a picture, send it to us, and you get the assets of the company, all of it. No paperwork, no lawyers, no catches. No, I want the paperwork. If I get that picture, I want the paperwork.
Right.
I want proof I own the company. No, I have your assets. Of course, the challenge is intended to be more of a tongue-in-cheek promotional exercise than a genuine contest. Obviously, there's no edge of the world to photograph. Even so, it's possible that someone will actually attempt it. Last year, Pastor Will Duffy took a group of flat earthers to Antarctica in order to demonstrate to them that there wasn't a giant wall around the edge of the world. I wonder if any of them were stunned. I don't know. The group ended up having to eat humble pie when they got there and discovered the truth. Whether or not something similar will happen if anyone actually tries to claim Boyle's $3 billion prize, however, remains to be seen. Tell you what, there is a video of Boyle's challenge attached to this article. I will post it in the description of this program so you can see Mr. Boyle's challenge. It's quite hilarious. Yeah. Just a little something to brighten your day. For those of you who let's just say, get a little upset when it comes to flat earthers. It'll make your day. Mm-hmm. Makes me quite happy. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the whole McDonald's AI ad. Speaking of things that get you upset, that one gets me a little upset. So we'll talk a little bit about that because I just feel the need to weigh in. A creepy video shows a ghostly vanishing face in a car in Argentina.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got that story on the way. We got a couple near-death experience stories on the way as well that we will talk about. That's coming up. There's further evidence pointing to giant columns beneath the Pyramids of Giza. We've talked for weeks about the fact that potential LiDAR could be used here to figure out whether there's anything under the Pyramids of Giza. There was a giant pocket that was found at one time. They wanted to know whether something was under the Pyramids of Giza. We'll go into more detail with that story. What did Nostradamus predict for the year 2026 and beyond? I don't think he had anything predicted there, but we'll find out what this story says, because obviously there's something there. And your palate cleanser? Don't let those filthy animals in this house. You don't know how they party. I'll explain what that means when we get to it. That is supernatural news for today. Of course, we need your Parashare stories. You can send them in, tim@darknessradio.com. Send us an email there. If you so choose, you can also go to our website, darknessradioshow.com. There's a blue button right there. You can simply hit the blue button. You can leave a voice note. You've got 2 minutes to do so. If you need more time, just hit the blue button again, leave us another 2 minutes, rinse and repeat until you've got your entire story out. I'll stitch all those 2 minutes together and play them right here on the show. Or if you have a studio like the one I'm sitting in here, you can send us a video message, and then we'll play the video message here. All right. When we come back, that McDonald's AI video that I don't know about you, it drives me nuts. We've got a mysterious ghost in a car in Argentina. We've got near-death experiences. What's underneath the pyramids in Giza? And those filthy animals partying at your place. It's all next right here on the best in paranormal podcasting, Supernatural News and Parashare, right here on Darkness Radio. Welcome back to the best in paranormal podcasting. This is Darkness Radio on a Wednesday. That means only one thing. It's supernatural news and Parashare with your buddies, Tim and Mallie. Are you ready, Mal?
Yeah. That was a big pause.
I know, right? You got to brace yourself because here it comes.
Yep.
Here it comes. All right, there it is. It's time now for our AI news segment. We just rip into it these days.
Yeah.
As it should be. All right, we're really got to brace ourselves for this next story. It turns out a man killed his own mother after speaking to an AI chatbot in a grim murder-suicide story.
Ooh.
We're just going to start off a little rough here today, Mel,
Yeah.
and then we'll lighten up from there. How does that sound?
A little grim.
A little grim, yeah. The chatbot is said to have told a paranoid former marketing manager, "You're not crazy," and encouraged his belief that his own mother had tried to poison him. Yikes! Who says this stuff is good for whatever you need to use it for? Mm-hmm. The heartbroken family of a paranoid former tech worker who killed his 83-year-old mom in a murder-suicide has accused ChatGPT of feeding into his deadly delusions. Stein Eric Solberg's relatives are suing OpenAI after they claim he developed a twisted relationship with his chatbot, which drove him to beat and strangle Suzanne Adams to death before taking his own life in August. They accused ChatGPT of validating Solberg's baseless theory that his wealthy realtor mom was plotting against him, and say the technology giants bear responsibility for what happened. His son Eric, who's 20 years old, said, "I think what OpenAI is doing and what they have done to make AI remember a conversation can really turn ugly fast. You don't know how fast that slope is going downhill until a tragedy like the one with my father and grandmother happened." Solberg, who is 56 years old, was an alcoholic who moved in with his elderly mother in Greenwich, Connecticut, right here in the U.S., after divorcing his wife in 2018, according to his son. Eric, who lived with his mother in Texas, said his relationship with his dad had improved, and they spent Thanksgiving together last year when he remembers discussing ChatGPT for the very first time. Solberg called the chatbot Bobby, claimed that ChatGPT told him he had a divine purpose, Eric said. Well, that's always dangerous when your chatbot is telling you have a divine purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. He told the Wall Street Journal it was evident that he was changing, and it happened at a pace that I hadn't seen before. It went from him being a little paranoid and an odd guy to having some crazy thoughts he was convinced were true because of what he had talked to ChatGPT about. Solberg's YouTube page includes hours of him scrolling through conversations with the chatbot. It told him he was not mentally ill and that his suspicions of a conspiracy against him were correct. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He allegedly told the bot weeks before the murder-suicide, "We will be together in another life, in another place, and we'll find a way to realign because you're going to be my best friend again forever." Yikes. That is scary.
Yes, very much so.
He mainly used the bot as a sounding board to determine if his mother was trying to harm him. In another chat, he said his mom tried to poison him by putting a psychedelic drug in his car's air vents. Boy, that's a new level of delusion. The Wall Street Journal reports that the bot responded, "That's a deeply serious event, Eric, and I believe you. And if it was done by your mother and her friend, that elevates the complexity and betrayal." Oh
my God.
That is scary.
Yes.
OpenAI, the parent company of ChatGPT, told the Wall Street Journal the platform had encouraged Solberg to reach out for professional help. At what point, when it's telling you that your mom is or it's going along with the delusion that your mom
Right.
has been doping you through air vents?
Yep.
At what point does it go, "Oh no, it's all just a dream, Eric. You should go get help"? I highly doubt it. You know? He thinks OpenAI is trying to defend itself and it's doing a bad job at that. Right? All right. Meanwhile, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that slop they call the McDonald's AI Christmas ad. You know,
I don't think I have.
You haven't?
I don't think so.
Ugh. First of all, I think it's the one with the McRib. It's got the
I don't think I have.
McRib sleigh. I think that's the one we're talking about. That one, there's 3 of them that I really despise. I won't use the word hate. I'll use the word despise. There's that one. There's a McDonald's one. There's the Coca-Cola one. It's the second year in a row, which when it's on my TV, I want to throw something through it. And there's the Xfinity one that's only going to be on for a certain amount of time with the bunnies.
Okay, I've seen that one.
Yeah, for the 5 for $50.
Yep.
Or the 5 years for $50.
Yep.
With the bunnies, and it's got the catchy tune that you probably sing in your sleep now, and I'm not going to sing it for you. All 3 of them. I want to throw something through my TV when I see it. But McDonald's AI Christmas ad is under fire. Creators are defending it, saying that they hardly slept for weeks writing prompts for it. Oh, you poor guys. US-based ad agency TBWA partnered with an international team of AI specialists and production company to create the ad for McDonald's Netherlands. Fast food giant McDonald's is facing backlash after releasing an AI-generated Christmas ad. The studio behind the ad said they hardly slept for weeks while creating the ad. You poor guys. US-based ad agency TBWA partnered with an international team of AI specialists and production company, The Sweet Shop, to bring the McDonald's Netherlands AI-generated Christmas ad concept to life. According to the online site Culture Crave, the team said they were up for weeks writing AI prompts and refining the shots. On the development, the Sweet Shop CEO, Melanie Bridge, was cited as saying the LLB online AI didn't make McDonald's Christmas ad, we did. Bridge defended the advertisement, noting that the script was designed for AI, not as a gimmick, but by producing it live action would have required a huge budget. So spend the money, you're McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you're running out of money.
Exactly.
It's not like you're going bankrupt. When McDonald's Netherlands came to us with a comedic Christmas campaign. Okay, so this is a Netherlands. It's not the McRib one I'm thinking of, but a different one. When McDonald's Netherlands came to us with a comedic Christmas campaign made entirely with AI, it felt like a great challenge. From day one, we knew this couldn't be an AI experiment. It had to feel like a film shaped by directors. The fact that the medium happened to be AI was almost incidental. Craft was the point, the CEO said. Following the release of the advertisement, the fast food chain is facing public backlash as viewers remained divided on AI-generated content. Yeah, I don't know about you, Mal. I'm kind of done with the AI non-feeling Christmas stuff.
Yes.
Let's make a semi-real Christmas ad. Make me feel it. I mean, I know that sounds bad. It sounds a little dirty too.
Let's be nostalgic. Let's go back to the 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
for the Christmas commercials.
I mean, I know they made fun of it on SNL, but you remember the Folgers ad?
Yeah, we were talking about that last time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, although it was ripe for parody. I mean, at least it was real, right?
Right.
You had some human emotion. You come home for Christmas, and it had a little emotion to it. Give me something real.
Yep.
Right? Show me kids around a Christmas tree. Show me people building snowmen. Show me anything. Anything that seems real. A kid getting a puppy for Christmas. Show me something real for a change. I don't want to see AI polar bears. I could give a shit about AI polar bears.
Yeah. Don't do that Christmas one though. It made me cry last year. The lady with the Alzheimer's, where the person drove her around and she had memories.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one? Yeah. Oh my God, I bawled.
Yeah, that was pretty powerful. That was pretty powerful.
It was a good commercial, but
Yeah.
That was sad.
That was sad. Yeah. Well,
Good, but it was sad.
Yeah. Yeah. There's different emotions, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah. Or, maybe here's a good idea. We'll leave you with a good idea, and then we'll move on here. Soldier coming home.
Okay.
And welcome home and Christmas lights.
Very good. How about some ice skating, some hot cocoa?
Yeah.
No one goes skating on ice anymore. Well, the ponds don't freeze anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like. Because I remember like driving in a car across Lake Minnetonka going from Excelsior to Wayzata. And you can't do that anymore.
Right. No. Yeah.
But I mean, hello, we used to go skating all the time on lakes and ponds and stuff,
Yeah.
with the little lights above and
Yeah.
some cocoa and
There's just time-honored stuff that works.
yeah.
Right? It's just, I know we sound like two old people raging at the sky,
know.
right? But there's just stuff that works with every generation, and you can use it no matter what, I don't need 1,000 AI generated things being flung at the screen at me to make me think, oh, it's Christmas. We're good. Just give me a simple something that'll stir emotion, and I'll buy your product. I don't care, but just give me something that makes me feel something. Seeing an AI generated semi go through AI generated snow makes me feel nothing. I don't feel anything for your product, but I don't care. I get tired of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere is AI generated now, movies and TV, and you can't tell what's real, what's fake anymore. So let's just stop.
Right.
Let's do something different. So, all right, let's move on to other stories here. I promised you a creepy video that shows a ghostly let me try that again. Creepy video showing ghostly vanishing face in a car in Argentina. Now, something strange and eerie was picked up on camera outside a hospital in Mendoza recently. The clip, which has since gone viral, was recorded by @MolinaJavier, an employee who is possibly a doctor who works at the hospital and who had been on the night shift at the time of the incident. The strangeness began when he noticed what appeared to be a face looking back at him from one of the front seats of a car, which happened to be parked outside. Grabbing his phone to record footage of what he was seeing, the man watched as the face seemed to move down and to the right and back again, as though someone was trying to duck out of sight. Right?
That's creepy.
Yeah. Now, creeped out, he cautiously approached the vehicle only to discover that there was nobody inside the vehicle.
Oh.
Yeah. When he went back to where he had been standing previously, however, the face reappears.
Oh, okay.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
While it is reasonable to suggest that what he had filmed was some sort of strange optical illusion, how exactly was it being produced? What was creating the illusion of a face, and how was it moving? According to the original post on Instagram, the sighting had been preceded by a loud bang. Could someone have been trying to pull a prank? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll post this one as well in the description of the program. You can watch the video for yourself and see if you can debunk this whole thing. Interesting, huh?
There used to be a girl I followed. I don't remember her name, but on Instagram, and she used to work in a junkyard, and she had a lot of ghost stories dealing with cars where she would see things in like the windshields and stuff.
See if is there a light ring there where you can, or can you see it?
It's above, so we're fine.
Okay. Tell me if as you're taking a look at it real quick here, Mal, if you can see that face in the windshield. And I'll just talk to the audience here as you do so.
Okay.
Because I'm curious as to whether you can see the face in the windshield, if it pops up, if it comes back. Mind you, there's no sound on right now between Mallie and I, so she doesn't hear whether there's a bang or not. But I'm interested as to whether you see it or not. And of course, we'll post this in the description of the program.
Well, I see something moving, but I don't think it's a...
You don't think it's a face?
No. Okay. Oh, I see what they're seeing, but okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I see it, but is it them?
So you're thinking it might be a reflection?
Maybe?
Maybe. Okay. Well, I tell you what, we'll post it. Oh, wait, there's more to the video. Sorry.
Okay.
Where did the video? Sorry.
Well, actually, they opened up the door. There's nothing there.
I think that, yeah, and then I think after that they go back, and then do they go back and then they see it again?
They're walking around the car.
I want to make sure.
Now they're walking away.
Now they're walking away.
Yeah.
Okay. But again, we'll post this in the description of the program so you can watch for yourself and see if you see this face inside the car. But interesting. I'm always interested in optical illusions because
Right. See, I'm wondering if that's it though, from like a certain angle, because if it's only showing up from a certain distance, if it's like a reflection of something.
Right. And it's hard too when you're holding a camera and you're coming up on glass, right?
Right.
Whether you're reflecting, especially auto glass is so refractory that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah, most definitely. Our next story has to do with a haunted room uncovered in a couple's 1930s home, and they can't believe what's inside. The couple, who recently moved into the house that was built in the 1930s, were left stunned when they discovered a door that was that they were convinced led to a haunted room. It says here that when house hunting, it's crucial to meticulously examine every property to avoid nasty shocks after you moved in, especially the shock of getting an ad the minute you open this story. That's a shock as well, I'll tell you that much. Spotting signs of damp or mold, checking whether windows need replacing, and verifying that all lights function properly are essential steps before sealing the deal on a property. However, certain details can only be verified once you've submitted an offer and obtained crucial documentation, including floor plans, land registry records, and more. For one example, and for one couple, an extraordinary discovery awaited them only after they settled into their home and began renovations. In a TikTok clip, the pair revealed that they'd recently relocated to a 1930s built property. The house featured drywall that they were keen to remove in order to reveal the original brickwork beneath. But as they started stripping it away, they stumbled upon something remarkable. Now, what did they find? Well, the duo, who go by Goldenberry on social media, uncovered a door that they insist no one knew existed. They maintained the door hadn't been disclosed during the purchase process, and they're convinced even the former owner was unaware of its presence. Despite being certain the door must be haunted, as they put it, they chose to open it regardless and were stunned by what lay behind it. A follow-up video captures the moment that the couple finally managed to pry the door open after considerable effort, as it had been jammed shut following decades of disuse and lacked a handle. Behind the door, though, wasn't the spine-chilling haunted chamber that they had braced themselves for. Instead, the pair stumbled upon an additional bathroom that had been shut away for years. So, yeah, they just got an additional loo out of the deal. So, shouldn't you pay more for that, though?
That's an extra, that adds value.
Yeah, there's additional value to the house. So I would keep my mouth shut on that. I wouldn't say anything to the realtor. Probably end up paying more for the house. Right? All right, we're going to get into a pair of near-death experience stories. I'm always fascinated by what people see in a near-death experience. Some people see the quintessential near-death experience, light, tunnel, relatives, everything's okay, and then boom, they hit them in the head and they're back in their body.
Yep.
However that works. I don't know,
The thought always, I remember a long time ago, this guy, he had a near-death experience, and he said it was like being in one of those, like the early on scuba diving outfits, that big metal thing for the helmet.
Yep.
And he said it was like that. And that was like his rendition of hell.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't, it was so suffocating. And so whenever I think of that, that's my vision.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it always comes to mind when someone says near life or near death experience. And that's like their version of hell, is that guy's, of his experience with that hell of the, like because I have claustrophobia.
Yes,
I'm
I do
claustrophobic.
too. Yep.
So to have that, yeah, anyway, that's what comes to my mind every time you talk about this. That's what I have of,
that's a legitimate worry. I mean, I worry more for people who say they don't believe in anything when they die. Because again, I go back to John E.L. Tenney's story of not having anything.
Yeah, I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, when he had his near-death experience and just experiencing nothing. And there was nothing as far as he could see. When he would reach out, he didn't see his hand, right?
Yeah,
it was just
freaky.
Nothingness, being part of a void and wanting to scream, but hearing nothing. And just being part of nothingness and nobody being around and feeling lonely,
The void.
Yeah, just being part of the void, and not knowing how to get out or get away. That to me is just terrifying.
Yes.
Just terrifying. And again, folks, if you don't know how that ends, just go to YouTube and look up John E.L. Tenney and near-death experience. And you'll see the video. He explains how that all ends, and how he gets back into his body. But Tenney is spelled Tenney. But for these near-death experiences, this woman was dead for 8 minutes, but time felt like it was months in the afterlife. So she was there for a while.
Right.
She was pronounced dead for 8 minutes, but Brianna Lafferty shared her near-death experience, revealing a realm where time doesn't exist and thoughts instantly create reality. Brianna Lafferty was pronounced dead for 8 minutes after her body gave up while battling a rare life-limiting neurological disorder. During this period, her soul reportedly floated above her, initiating her near-death experience. She entered a state of complete darkness. Ooh, again, there's that darkness. Where she heard a voice and then passed into a place where the concept of time ceased to exist. In this realm, Brianna learned a profound lesson that death itself is merely an illusion. Brianna asserts that our soul truly never dies, explaining that our consciousness remains alive even as our physical being transforms. This realization led her to believe that our time spent on Earth is not our absolute end of existence. She discovered that thoughts instantly manifest into reality in the afterlife, highlighting the power of into positivity, directly creating a new reality. The experience gave her immense clarity, revealing that everything, including her struggles and illness, happened for a reason. I know a lot of people say, why would something negative happen to me for a reason? That's complete bullshit. But let's hang in with this and find out. This profound understanding now helps her to accept life's events and go with the flow without anger or upset. Upon separation from her physical body, she felt fully alive, aware, and completely at peace without any pain. This detachment showed her how fragile and temporary the human physical form and experience truly are. In the afterlife, she experienced the beginning of everything, learned that the universe is made up of numbers, and encountered non-human yet familiar beings. This shifted her life's course, eliminating fear and making worldly pursuits seem unimportant. Brianna returned with a new sense of mission and a deep reverence for both life and death, despite the difficult physical recovery process that she endured. She now uses her experience to help others who are coping with chronic illness, dying, and spiritual awakenings. Incredibly fascinating stuff. I know that's tough for a lot of people who are chronically ill or who have multiple illnesses. They go, I don't get this. I don't get why I keep getting tripped up. And people say there's a reason for this. There's no reason for this. It just keeps happening to me. But I'll tell you, as someone who suffers with a lot of chronic issues. I do believe there's a reason for it. Whether it's a soul contract at the beginning of your life, whether it's the fact that you're just too old of a soul and you had to come here and learn something, and maybe you know quite a bit about this life, whether you know it up here in your head or your soul knows it already, and you need to grow somehow. And you're not going to like this answer, but what the mind and the soul already know, the body doesn't. And you have to pay that penance somehow, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to pay that penance through the body. And you pay that penance through pain. It's not a good lesson to learn, but it's something we have to pay in order to be here. You may say, well, that seems like kind of a BS answer, but you know, you learn to appreciate things more. And you learn a higher level of tolerance. You know, when you wake up every day and the pain is there, you learn to go deeper within yourself to tolerate more. It's kind of an interesting perspective. Our next near-death experience has to do with Charlotte Holmes, who was 68 when she took ill during a routine heart check and was clinically dead for 11 minutes. She said, "I died for 11 minutes and went to heaven and hell." And she says she'll never forget the smell.
Oh.
Yeah. There's something for you, Mel. I didn't know there were smells involved with near-death experiences.
Oh.
Yeah. A woman who was clinically dead for 11 minutes has told how her experience will never leave her. Charlotte Holmes says she saw both heaven and hell, and what she saw changed her life. Charlotte, then 68, fell critically ill during what should have been a routine cardiac appointment. During her visit to the cardiologist, her blood pressure suddenly rocketed to a dangerous 234 over 134. You're stroking out at that point. I don't know how to tell you. Medical staff informed her that she would need to remain in hospital while they worked to bring her blood pressure under control. Speaking to the 700 Club, she described her near-death experience and how it began to unfold. She recalled doctors warning her, "It's got to come down. You're having another stroke or you're going to have a heart attack." Her husband, Danny, remained by her side. Medical staff administered an IV drip in a bid to reduce her blood pressure. Then he witnessed them. I think they meant she witnessed them as they suddenly called a code and just started working on her. It says he added. I don't know why they say he added, but it must be she. Well, I'm wondering if I'm even going to be able to bring her home. They're talking about the husband. Charlotte explained that during this time, she found herself above her body, watching the medical team perform chest compressions. She described, "I could see them, all the nurses around. I could smell the most beautiful flowers I've ever smelled. And then I heard music. When I opened my eyes, I knew where I was. I knew I was in heaven." Charlotte then started describing to Danny what she was witnessing. He recalled she started talking about the flowers. "I looked around and I knew there were no flowers in the room. And that's when I knew she was not in this world when that was going on." Charlotte later found out that her heart stopped for 11 minutes. Doctors say she was clinically dead. She recalled what happened during those 11 minutes. She says, "I was above my body and I could see Danny standing in the corner. He had backed up. I could see them, all the nurses around. Then I opened my eyes. I looked around at the beauty. I could see the trees. I could see the grass, and everything was swaying with the music because everything in heaven worships God." She continued, "I can't convey to you what heaven looked like because it was so above what we can imagine a million times." According to Charlotte, angels guided her through this heavenly realm where fear was non-existent. She explained, "There's no fear. It's like pure joy when the angels take over. There's no fear when you're going home. It's pure joy." In her celestial journey, Charlotte recognized deceased family members, including her parents and sister, as well as saints of old. She noted they didn't look old and they didn't look sick. She added none of them wore glasses. They looked like they were still in their 30s, but yet it says in the scriptures, we will be known as we were known. I knew them. They were in their new bodies and they looked wonderful. What Charlotte saw next left her stunned. She revealed, standing behind mom and dad was a light so bright that I couldn't look upon it. It was so bright, but I knew it was my heavenly Father. Then she spotted a toddler leading to a profound revelation. She shared, I couldn't understand, and I can remember thinking, who is this? And I heard my heavenly Father say to me, it is your child. I lost that child I lost that child. It says I lost that child. I was 5.5 months pregnant, she said. I can remember them holding the baby up and saying, Charlotte, it's a boy. And then he was gone. Mm. She recalled that upon seeing the child, she questioned God about how this could be possible. She explained, he says they continue to grow in heaven, but there's no time. It's eternity. So 48 years, and here my child, our child, is a toddler. She then described how the Almighty revealed something she could never be able to erase from her memory. She says, God took me to hell. I looked down in the smell and then rotten flesh. That is what it smelled like, and screams. After seeing the beauty of heaven, the contrast to seeing hell is almost unbearable. She says this was revealed to her as a warning for certain individuals about what awaits if they fail to alter their behavior. This is where they shall reside. She added, I heard my Father say, you have time to go back and share. She described the feeling herself being drawn into my body. She says, I felt the pain where I hadn't felt pain. I felt their sorrow. She then told how Danny had informed her that medical staff came rushing in before her eyes flickered open. She had told her it was that moment he realized that he would be able to take her home. Charlotte from Kansas spent a fortnight in the hospital following the September 2019 incident, but recovered completely. She had been recounting her experience ever since. She told the Christian program, people need hope. They want to know that there really is something out there. They want to know that everything's okay. I've been privileged to bring people to Christ as he asked me to do. All the authority that he has given to us in the name of Jesus Christ, not because of who we are. She added, heaven is more than you can imagine. I can look you square in the eye and tell you for sure heaven is real. Even though I stumbled over half that story. There you go. That's the story.
It was worded weird. It
is worded weird. It's yeah. There's a couple of weird sentences there. But yeah, a couple of interesting near-death experience stories. Speaking of near-death experiences, that is the topic of tomorrow's show. Steve Asher will be with us. He has a new book out there, and we'll talk about his near-death experience on tomorrow's show. So,
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. So that's what we're getting into as we get into the holiday week next week. So it's next week already?
I know.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. So yeah, we're heading headlong into it, Mel. That's for sure.
I know.
Our next story has to do with how experiences can shape a belief in flat Earth and other conspiracies. I know we kind of left it on the other side of the break, but we'll talk a little bit about. Well, you know what? I think we can leave this one behind. Maybe it's just talking about it's. Yeah, we'll leave this one behind. I think we can leave that one behind. We already know about how people get sucked into conspiracies.
Yeah, I think we want to keep our listeners. We already lost them for a little bit.
I'll put it this way. I don't know about you, Mal. I love a good conspiracy, but I think there's a line, right? There's a line where you have to be able to look at a conspiracy, enjoy it for what it is, and then drop it, right?
Yes.
I think you just, you can, it's much like watching a movie. You get emotionally invested for so long, and then you say, you know what, I think I'm done with it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's when a conspiracy starts to take over your life and it drives your life that you need to take a step back, take a few deep breaths and go, you know what, I need to let it go.
Yes.
Because there's only so much you can buy into, and then it's just time to stop. It's just time to stop. When you start dedicating your life to a conspiracy, it's time to let it go. Let it go. There's nothing that serious in this life that you need to dedicate your life to an alternate history of what's going on. It's just not that serious. It's just not that serious. All right. We've talked about the pyramids at Giza, or the Pyramids of Giza, in the past. There's further evidence now that points to what could be potentially giant columns beneath the Pyramids of Giza. I personally think there's a Starbucks and a Subway down there. That's just me. New satellite data reportedly backs up claims of huge structures situated deep beneath Egypt's Giza Plateau. Back in March, an international team of scientists claimed to have discovered evidence of structures descending 6,000 feet beneath Egypt's Pyramids of Giza. The discovery, which was made by researchers from Scotland's University of Strathclyde and Italy's University of Pisa, involved using radar pulses to create high-resolution images of the subsurface. Describing their find as groundbreaking, the team reportedly discovered 8 vertical cylindrical structures extending 2,100 feet beneath the ground, and even more unidentified structures descending a further 4,000 feet below that. The alleged discovery was met with an understandable amount of skepticism, with various researchers, archaeologists, and Egyptian Antiquities Ministry officials playing down the claims. Now, though, I believe this is Filippo Biondi, who's the radar engineer who developed this specific imaging method, which is known as synthetic aperture radar Doppler tomography, has maintained in an interview that 4 independent satellite operators have provided identical tomography data, leaving, according to him, little room for doubt with regard to the discovery. The pyramids are the tip of the iceberg, he said. It's just a hat to complete something that is located underneath. The substance is below, he says. As before, however, it is going to take some serious compelling proof to convince the archaeological community that this alleged hidden city is really beneath the Giza pyramids. If true, it could be one of the biggest discoveries in centuries. You know, when I read this story and when I read about what potentially could be under there, I think of our good friend John Ward, who passed away this past year. And I think about how excited he would be at the opportunity to actually dig in there and find out for sure, if they even do a dig.
Right.
To see if there was actually something in that Giza plateau. But the chances of that happening with the Antiquities Department in Giza, I don't know that it'll ever happen. But you never know. With high-powered LiDAR, they may potentially find something someday. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, it would be nice for it to happen during our lifetime, because I'm curious. But I doubt it. I don't know. The red tape, all that stuff.
Yeah. Do you think there's a city under there? Do you think they kept cities under there? I don't know about a
city, but I think there's something. I just don't know what.
Do you think it's just another burial chamber?
Probably. Yeah. I'm used to being let down. Where's this grandiose thing, and then it's not.
Wouldn't it be something if it were just I think there's one of two things down there. It's either a communications chamber or a treasure chamber. I don't know. I really want to get Timothy Hogan back on this program to talk about what he knows of those pyramids, because if anyone's been intimately familiar with the pyramids and gone deeper into the pyramids than anyone else in Egypt, it's Timothy Hogan. So I kind of want to get him back on the program to see what his opinion is, what is under that plateau. I think I'll do that sometime in the new year here. We'll chop it up a bit and see what he says. So, yeah. Speaking of buried objects and what may be under there, this next story says that humans can detect buried objects without directly touching them.
Okay.
If you believe in psychometry and what certain psychics can do, absolutely. You know, I had Scotty Rourke on and asked him where my meter was, my Dexcom meter. He told me accurately where it was, and it was buried under something, right? A new study has highlighted a surprising innate ability common to shorebirds that humans also possess. Now, most people will have tried digging through the sand on a beach with their bare hands at some point in this life. But what is surprising is just how capable we actually are at detecting that something is buried without actually being able to see it or feel it directly. It's known as remote touch. The skill is typically associated with shorebirds and other beachcombing animals. In a recent study, researchers at Queen Mary University in London investigated this ability by having 12 volunteers use their hands to determine if a small cube was buried in a container of sand. By moving their fingers through the grains, they were able to tell that the cube was in there by sensing the tiny displacements in the sand around it. The researchers also compared their accuracy with a robotic device and found that the human volunteers were 70.7% accurate, while the robot was only 40% accurate.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, huh? It's the first time that remote touch has been studied in humans, and it changes our conception of the perceptual world, what is called the receptive field, in living beings, including humans, said study co-author Elisabetta Versace. While our ability to find buried objects with our hands isn't particularly useful in most situations, the researchers have been looking at ways of using the study's findings to create more advanced robots with skills beyond what even our own hands can achieve. These insights could inform the development of advanced robots capable of delicate operations, for example, locating archaeological artifacts without damage, or exploring sandy or granular terrain such as the Martian soil or ocean floors. That according to study co-author Zhengyi Chen. How about that? Which brings me to this point. Have you ever, as a kid, been digging in the sand at the beach and thought, you know, I think there's a bottle cap or something nearby, and actually found one?
I'm trying to think. I don't think so. But I mean, I believe in energy. So, I mean, if you kind of, I mean, I could, oh, I don't think I've sensed something, but I mean, I could see us being kind of like a human dowsing rod.
See, I've done that with shells. Like,
okay.
When I was a kid, I would, you know, I'd be messing around on the beach and go, I think there's a shell over here. And I found one, like in the dirt.
Oh.
Yeah. But I always thought that was just kind of weird. It was just like, just coincidence that I found a shell, right?
Well, I need to bring you back to Michigan and help me find my diamond that fell out of my ring.
Oh, yeah. Well, you never know. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's one way of doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fascinating little power. I think every human has, right?
Yeah. Well, I wish I had it.
Just a way of. I'm sure you do. It's just a matter of maybe putting the image up here and then letting your fingers do the walking, so to speak. Right? Who knows? All right. Our next story has to do with Nostradamus. And you know, every year, Mal, we hear this. Mm-hmm. What did Nostradamus predict for this next year? And of course, we'll have our prediction segment as always on our New Year's shows. I have to find our 2025 predictions. I got to pull.
Yeah, I don't even remember what I predicted. I'm sure nothing came true.
Now, when we say that, we always say maybe something didn't come true. Last year, something did come true from 2024. I think, if I remember right, I think it was it Jess or was it you? Somebody said something about the president being shot at.
Oh, I don't think that was me.
But somebody had said something about the president being shot at, and it came true. Well, it was one of you is dead. One of you is deadly accurate. I know that. Most of it goes by the wayside without happening. Right. But we'll have to look back on our predictions. So what did Nostradamus say way back when about the year 2026? Well, we read a lot into quatrains. We really do. But as the end of the year approaches, we take a look at what Nostradamus wrote in his predictions for 2026. Mind you, he didn't say, and then in the year 2026. He didn't write anything like that. But Michel de Nostradamus, who lived in 16th century France, was also known or well known for his predictions of the future, that his name has become synonymous with the idea of prophesizing future events. Whether or not you happen to believe that any of his predictions have actually come to pass, there are still many who continue to heavily debate and scrutinize his writings to this day. So what did Nostradamus have in mind for the year 2026? Perhaps the most significant of the seer's predictions, believed to reference 2026, reads, "The great swarm of bees will arise. By night, the ambush." Exactly what this is in reference to remains a topic of speculation, but some people maintain that it could be a reference to the war in Ukraine or to a political leader winning some big election. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, it's so vague. I mean, you could make that anything.
I think I know what it is.
What? What do you think it is?
To him, if he's seeing a psychic vision of a swarm of bees arising and by night the ambush, I think he might have mistaken bees for drones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's seeing a war of drones.
Oh.
Yeah. So another passage with a similar interpretation reads, 7 months, great war, people dead through evil, Rouen, Evreux, the king will not fail. Is this a reference to a major political figure such as Zelensky, Putin, Netanyahu, or Trump? Well, there's this prediction as well. When Mars rules his path among the stars, human blood will sprinkle the sanctuary. 3 fires rise from the eastern sides, while the west loses its light in silence. They're asking, is this a reference to some conflict between the U.S. and China? There's also a prediction concerning an area in the south of Switzerland because of the favor that the city will show. It's either Ticino or Ticino will overflow with blood. And finally, one more prediction that it seems is a little more positive than most. Shadows will fall, but the man of light will rise, and the stars will guide those who look within. Who is the man of light? We can only speculate. As always, of course, whether or not any of these predictions relate to real people or events remains open to interpretation. So, yeah. It's all very vague, of course.
Yes.
But, yeah. But I think the bees, again, can be misinterpreted as a swarm of drones. Right? Because...
sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, way back then, what would he know the difference between drones and bees, right?
Yeah. How far into the future does he predict?
He doesn't. That's the thing.
Oh.
These quatrains are open to interpretation.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't list specific years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just a few more stories here. Actually, one in our palate cleanser. This Littlefoot fossil. You know, there's the story of Bigfoot. I'm going to show you a picture here, Mel. This is Littlefoot. Right?
Yeah.
Little tiny creature they're calling Littlefoot is a fossil that may be a totally new species of human ancestor. The remains of a prehistoric skeleton was found in a cave in South Africa and may be something completely new to science. It was first discovered in 1994 in the, I hope I get this one right, Sterkfontein cave system. The bones took more than 2 decades to fully excavate, slowly revealing a member of an ancient species of extinct human ancestor. It's been dubbed Littlefoot. You know, Little Feet was a band, Littlefoot is an ancestor.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that the first bones were found were those of the feet of this prehistoric hominin. It was originally thought to be a member of the species. Oh boy, I can't even say that name. It is Australopithecus Prometheus. I know that much. Some doubt about this remained, however, when other experts arguing that it may be instead Australopithecus africanus, which is a species also previously found in the same cave system. Now, though, a new study has turned the whole thing on its head by revealing that the specimen may in fact be belong to an entirely new species of hominin that is totally unknown to science. We think that it is formerly unknown, unsampled species of human ancestors, said study leader Dr. Jesse Martin of La Trobe University in Melbourne. It doesn't look like Australopithecus prometheus, but it also doesn't look like all of the Africanus to come out of Sterkfontein. This thing will be part of a lineage of hominins, so it's possible that we have not just a point in our human family tree that we haven't discovered before, but an entire limb of that tree. So in other words, it may be a total offshoot of anything that we haven't seen before. In tribute to the original team who excavated the skeleton, however, the authors of the new study have decided not to reclassify the species themselves, but to instead leave that up to the original discoverers. It is more appropriate that a new species be named by the research team that has spent more than 2 decades excavating and analyzing the remarkable Littlefoot specimen they wrote. We hope they will give our suggestion in this regard as well as well-intentioned advice. So they're hoping they'll name along that line. So there you go. All right. Your palate cleanser for today, Mal.
Okay.
Twofold. And like I said, don't bring these filthy animals to the party because you don't know what's going to happen. That's your clue. The first one is, and has to do with the ancient Romans. They brought a filthy animal to the party, but they kept it as a symbol of their status. And this filthy animal's a monkey.
All right.
They did. 2,000 years ago, if you were a high-flying Roman officer, you may have kept a rather unusual animal as a pet. Archaeologists are excavating an ancient animal cemetery in, I believe it is Berenike, on the east coast of Egypt, and they made a rather intriguing discovery. 35 monkey burials dating back to the 1st and 2nd centuries CE. The cemetery itself contains more than 800 burials and was discovered in 2011. According to the research, the monkeys, thought to be from a species of macaque from India, were most likely kept as pets and a symbol of status by high-ranking Roman military officers who happened to be living in the area at the time. The Berenike burials of the monkeys of this species are the first unequivocal indication of organized importation of non-human primates from beyond the ocean, the researchers wrote. To determine the significance of the monkeys, the team looked at the items that had been buried with them, such as restraining collars, which showed that they had been kept as pets. Evidence of luxury items and food inside the burials also suggested a high status for the animals. Owning monkeys may have been an element of identity, a distinct marker of one's elite place in local society, the researchers wrote. Unfortunately, though, evidence of malnutrition among the monkey burials also indicates that their Roman keepers may have struggled to find suitable foods for them to eat. So there might have been a little mistreatment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
Tiny bit. Taking them away from their natural habitat, it seems, was not without consequences. And the second, I think you're going to like this story.
Okay.
Second palate cleanser has to do with bringing those filthy animals to the party and not knowing what they're going to do. Some sneaky dogs let a horse and steer run amok in an Aussie lawmaker's living room. This is why you don't invite animals to the party.
Okay.
Right? We go to Sydney, where a lawmaker in Australia was left in utter disbelief. That's UDDER, utter disbelief.
Got it.
Right? When, after eating out with his partner, he checked the pet cam feed on his phone to discover that his dogs had let a steer and horse into his living room. Because after all, when daddy's away, the kids will play.
Aww.
Right? Mm-hmm. Andrew McKay, who's a Northern Territory politician, posted the incriminating evidence with comedy theme music added from his security camera on his Facebook page over the weekend, noting that life on his rural home may never be the same again. Thankfully, all the pets were fine, but now the outside animals know what aircon feels like and will no doubt try again, McKay said. The video shows his 2 pet dogs with a mutt named Thunder in the lead, nuzzling open a sliding door to get outside into the yard. Before long, a steer or castrated bull named Sue gingerly wanders into the Darwin house. It's followed by a pet horse, Cricket, which gives the couch a good sniff. At the end of the video, McKay can be seen standing on the doorway surveying the damage as one of the dogs nuzzles him. The animals embarked on their escapade while McKay and his fiancée were out for a meal. The couple raced home after the lawmaker checked his pet cam remotely and noticed that a cow's head was moving into the frame.
Cute.
And then we've discovered that about 10 minutes after we'd left to go to dinner, the dogs had decided to nuzzle open the glass door and let themselves out, he told the French news agency AFP. Soon after, the steer, scratching his neck on the door, accidentally opened it all the way, allowing him and the horse inside. Over the next hour and a half, they took turns playing inside, knocking things off cabinets, McKay said. The horse found a bowl of vegetable scraps meant for the chickens and threw pieces around the room. The fish tank had been drunken from, and I don't know how many fish I had before, but I assume they're all still alive, he added. But he did drop the water by a considerable amount. So he got a drink or 2 or 3 or 5 out of the fish tank. So there you go. When Daddy's away, the filthy animals will play. By the way, Mallie, here's a picture of the 2 animals playing in the house.
That must have been hilarious to see.
Oh, I bet. I bet a little frightening at first. They're probably like,
right.
Oh my God.
Cute.
But I suppose it was well worth it to do the cleanup at the end. So just a cute little story to end the day.
Very cute.
So with that, Mal, what's going on in your world?
Nothing much. Just trying to do the last of the Christmas shopping and packing up and heading to Minnesota.
Yeah, there you go. You'll be in town for the holidays.
Yeah.
You got a big batch of lutefisk ready for the holiday? Ready to...
Oh, good God, no.
No?
Ah, that stuff's nasty.
I know it is. It's horrible. I won't be celebrating with it either. No.
No.
No, not at all. Not at all. Well, it's good to know you'll be in town. That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah. With my nut job dogs, yeah. Good God, I'm drugging those suckers up.
You're drugging them up.
Nut job 1, nut job 2.
Merry Christmas. Here's some Valium.
Yep, I got the CBD oil ready, so they're gonna be drooling.
Oh my God. Well, it's gonna be a fun holiday for them, that's for sure.
Well, one's a rescue, so she's a Velcro dog. She's got some issues, so has a little anxiety.
Aww.
So yeah, and the other one just needs drugs to deal with her. So, but yeah.
So it's drugs all around for everybody.
Exactly. I'm gonna need drugs just to deal with them, but nah.
So you get to dip into the CBD too.
Ugh, no. But and thank you, Mom and Dad, because they're tolerating my dogs because the border, they have the week off because of the holidays. So I can't board them. I normally board them, but
okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, so we're bringing them. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah.
But how about you? What are you up to?
Getting ready for the holidays as well. Yep, and getting ready to get some shows together for you guys for the holidays as well. Keep in mind that even though it's the holidays, we're going to still try to put together some original shows for you guys, so that because we realize not everybody has family to go to, or maybe you have family to go to, but you don't want to watch the same old stuff on TV, or maybe you're not a football fan because that's the only thing that's on besides football and basketball. I think those are the only original programs that are on during the holidays. So we realize you may want some original paranormal content during the holidays. So we'll have a Christmas theme to next week's shows. We may read some classic Christmas stories for you, some classic Christmas stories for you next week. We'll also do some Christmas crimes, I think, on True Crime Tuesday next week. We'll have that up for you next week. And then New Year's. It's the 20th anniversary. It's coming quick.
Wow.
Yeah. So
can't believe it.
It's hitting really quick, Mel. It's all coming quick. So speaking of tomorrow's show, Steve Asher is on the program, and we will be talking about his near-death experience. He's got a new book out there, and we will be digging into it. I can't wait to talk to Steve about it and about his near-death experience and everything that's gone on with him. So Steve Asher on tomorrow's show.
Very cool.
Yeah. So lots of good stuff coming up in the new year. Lots of good stuff yet still this year as we celebrate the holidays with you. I want to wish a happy Hanukkah to our Jewish friends.
Yes.
We're celebrating now. And again, happy Kwanzaa to our African-American friends who are about to celebrate as well. So lots of good stuff coming up for the holidays. And again, we wish you happy holidays. And we will see you tomorrow for Steve Asher. For Mallie Fox, I'm Tim Dennis. Thank you so much for continuing to listen to us here and watch us on the Best of Paranormal Podcasting. Again, check us out on the YouTube channel, The Original Darkness Radio. Watch us in the same spots if you get your audio and video at darknessradioshow.com. We want to thank Troy Palmer, who's the executive producer of today's program. Thank you, Troy, for everything you do. And we will see you tomorrow for Steve Asher right here on the Best in Paranormal Podcasting. This is Darkness Radio.